How has the COVID-19 outbreak impacted your life recently? And if you had a chance to go back in time, how would you do differently to prepare for a crisis like COVID-19? Money impacts all of us, and our decisions have an impact on our finances as well. In only 2 weeks, 10 million US jobs have vanished. And in the first 3 months of the year 2020 in Vietnam, almost 35,000 businesses went bankrupt. At the first time in decades, the number of companies shutting down was higher than newly registered businesses. Living paycheck to paycheck can be a very stressful way to live. While you may have a job that pays the bill, an emergency or unexpected job loss, or a big medical bill has the potential to break your life. Hello everyone, my name is Nguyen, who is EIY Public Speaking Founder, and welcome all of you to this live stream session with the topic, Are You Buried in Debt Due to the COVID-19 Impact? In this live stream session, we are going to discover how you can spend, save, budget, and invest in your income, which is a very trendy topic that comes at the right time. Being with me this week, I would like to welcome an honored guest speaker, Miss Yu, who was a senior finance manager in a Fortune 500. She is now a head of operations in Starbucks, Vietnam. I believe that Ms. Yum is an expert to talk about personal finance management. Hello, Ms. Yum. Welcome to the show of EIY Public Speaking. And would you like to say hello to our learners and members?
Thank you, Ms. Lan, for your great introductions. Hello, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here today with all of you. And I have been really looking forward for this interview section to have a chance to help the young people to survive through this financial crisis, which is the COVID-19 virus has created, and also help you to find solutions for your pending financial issue. On top with some tips to profile of long-term and strong personal financial plan. So with no further word, let's get started.
Yeah, definitely. Regarding our live stream agenda, there will be some questions which were presented to Ms. Yum in advance of the section. And many of those questions will be concerned with the issues previously identified by EIY public speaking learners. And if you have any follow-up questions or you would like to seek Ms. Yum's advice on how you can manage your personal finance, just feel free to comment on our live stream here. And if you realize that our live stream section is really beneficial for a lot of young people, please help us to share this live stream to a lot of people and like EIY public speaking page. Now, the first question I would like to interview Ms. Yoon today is that many people in Vietnam have lost their job during the pandemic, and this has raised the concern about a great recession coming, with more severe and long-term financial impacts. And if that happens, more and more people will lose their job. What is your advice for young people facing these financial challenges?
Wow, it's true that this is a very hot topic at this very moment, not only in Vietnam, but in the world. And the number of unemployment workers in Vietnam in quarter 1, in the first quarter this year, is up to 700,000 persons already. And the situation in the US is more serious than in Vietnam. In particular, by 30th of April, this figure was up to 30 million people that have lost their job. And the number is still growing. And I think rather than answer the questions whether the economic downturn is coming or not, I would rather switch to the question that what should we prepare for the coming crisis? Because want it or not, in every economic cycle of 10 or 15 years, the recessions will come someday. And what I have learned from the last recession in year 2008, if you have prepared enough, downturns is the time that allow you to buy lots of good assets at a very crazy low price and help you to double, triple, or multiple time of your wealth in a very short period of time. And so it's wise to repair. Think about the two words, predictions and preparation. People that predict are often wrong, but people that prepare are always ready. So I congratulate everybody here that joined our section today. They are saying birds of a feather flock together, which just means that people have things in common, gather together. And you and I certainly have a lot in common. We have common goal, we have common dream, common problem to solve. So when I tell congratulations for coming, I mean that sincerely. And there are so many people around the world are talking a lot, but just few of them taking action to improve their personal finance. So this is, I think, your very first important decision to build your wealth by joining this session today and to have more and build your financial education. That will ground your foundation for your wealth rather than going around watching the televisions or playing games. So let's go straight to the detailed discussion.
I see. In your opinion, what is the key factor to have a better life with more options and living rich?
Yeah, for me personally, the most important skill to be able to reach to financial freedom is to acquire the financial intelligence. Without this intelligence, not only your money will not last, but you won't be able to make it in the first place. So let me share with you my experience working nearly 20 years in the corporate world with high-level executives on what is the most critical measurement that they watch every day. Is it the cash flow? And it should be applied the same to you on to. You are the owner of a very important enterprise, which is your life. And it's crucial that you need to know where your money is going. So if you wish to reach to the financial freedom, when you can make your work at an option by saving enough money, you must manage your spending, have an investment plan, as well as select a right solution, right insurance for your investment. So don't be afraid if you have not had this financial intelligence yet. It's just all about knowing the cash in and out of your cash. So in short, your financial intelligence is not measured on how much you earn, but how much left in your pocket, and then how the money will help you to have a happy life with more freedom and more options to choose in life. So
Yeah, that is a very interesting concept, Ms. Young, about financial intelligence because I haven't discovered about that yet. And that is so new to me. And I would love to ask you more about that. I have seen so many young people buy expensive clothes or eat at a fancy restaurant to show that they are rich. Is it going against the concept of financial intelligence?
well, over the past few years, I started to realize that the perception about rich, a living rich for most of people are wrong. I have seen many girls that after several years of working, the thing they got after they left their positions in a bunch of shoes, clothes, lipstick, or perfume. And I have seen many young persons often think that in order to get rich, it's important to earn more in order to spend more. And they continue to work harder, harder, and harder. and move higher in their career ladder, which means that a raise in weight and there must be a need of having a new car or expensive clothes. But
Mm.
if just imagine this, if you earn 100,000 per year and spend
Yeah.
most of that amount, 100,000, nothing left in your pocket, am I really rich? And I believe
Yeah.
there could be a many consequences because of this. So this is what most people felt. You should not ask
Mm.
how can you become rich. Instead, you should ask how you can earn the maximum and spend less. So, and it's true that financial intelligence is not about your power spend. The truth is that true financial freedom is an opportunity to make a joy for life that lead to happiness. And if you are
Mm.
the one who cannot to live in a very expensive villas or
Mm.
wearing very expensive clothes, wearing jewelry to be considered wealthy,
Mm. I see.
chances are my advice today will not be what you are looking for, to be honest. And
Mm.
if you are looking to establish a platform
Mm.
for future maximum savings, to have a financial plan, personal investment plan, to live a happy life at the end, and let continue with me. So, because what I have learned about accumulating wealth of the
Mm.
ordinary people is that they take a strategic step when living well below what you really need. So,
I see. Yeah, that's very interesting, Assume. And if I understand you correctly, getting rich starts first by taking strategic steps to live well below what you need. And can you share with me what are the tips that you use to manage your monthly spending?
well, I really love these questions. I think this is a very important questions and a
Mm.
foundation for personal finance management.
Yeah.
And today, I could be very happy to share with you a formula that will help you. I hope that it will help you to manage your hard-working money and
Yeah.
never fall into debt.
Mm.
So interesting. So it's super easy. You create and have three separate accounts,
Mm.
name, L, E, and S. So you
Oh.
can just quickly remember less.
Mm.
So let me explain to you what this means with the account L. L represents for life. So this is the account that to keep all of the money related to your fixed costs like
Mm.
housing, electricity,
Yeah.
cell phone, meal, certain funds to support for your
Mm.
parents or
Yeah.
tuition fee for your kids if you have kids like me, right? And
Mm.
or some investment, education investment for yourself.
Yeah.
And you can see these are on a fixed amount that you must maintain to save your
Mm.
life.
Sure.
So imagine that if you do not have money to pay for for any kind of this expense, those
Mm.
expense like housing, the landlord will kick you out from their home, and you must
Yeah.
list. So that's why you must list out as detailed as possible, and don't
Yeah.
miss any expense in this list.
Mm.
Okay,
Yep.
keep
Sure.
that in your life account. So it
Yeah.
will help you to recharge, and you need to be survived, right? And then
Mm.
come to a happy account, entertainment. It represents for E, right? So
Yep.
money you put in this account is for things like shopping, hanging around with your friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, the book, bubble tea, beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And when you need to hang out, shopping budget must be within this account only. So if
Sure.
this week you have a bunch of party and you spend up all of the money, the budget you have put in this entertainment account per month, you should control yourself. If not, it will eat it up. into the other important
Yep.
account as well. So, and the last but not least, to me, is a very important account that I always do it first, which is
Mm,
the saving account. I
I
got
see.
email like I always pay for myself first. And this is
Mm,
the account that I put something like 10, 15% of total of your income into this account.
yep.
And for me,
Mm,
as an example, right, I put a much higher percentage of my total income in this account to
yep.
invest for my future, right? And if
Mm,
and this is something that you can save it in the case that certain case like you have a health issue, you not only need to pay for your healthcare costs, but
mm,
also your daily expense as well, like food, like transportation, when you
mm.
cannot be able to come to work. And the
See.
best is that you ask the bank to
Mm,
deduct your this amount automatically, and then
sure.
you deposit amount into this account for 3 months. If, for
Yep.
example, if your salary is 7 million per month, so
Mm,
roughly you will have 15%, which is about 1 million, right?
mm, mm.
And the reason for 3 months is because to make sure that you will not be able to withdraw it easily. So if
Yep.
not, this amount will have 1,000 of reason to fly out, pass out. So remember, 3 months. And then
I
as
see.
long as you can keep this money, this is your future. And this is will save your life during the pandemic if you can consider. So very important. To me, I always do this first. Do the
Yep.
saving account first, then
Mm,
life account and the entertainment is okay. One more
yeah.
thing. One more and the entertainment is the last one. But to
Yep.
me, so the entertainment account is very important. So
Mm,
it's kind of something like an investment, right? This
yeah.
entertainment is something you invest your hardworking money to build
Mm,
your network, right? Spend it smart, right?
got.
To invite somebody that better than you, have more experience than you, twice a month for lunch or for dinner,
Yeah.
all year. So your return will be much bigger. So I don't say that not hanging out with somebody that not mesh with you, but invest it wisely. So that is my another advice for the entertainment as well.
Sure. I can realize that is really useful, Miss Young, because you have three accounts and then every month you just deduct your money into each account. You have life account that is for basic needs, and you also have the saving account which is for emergency cases. And also finally you have an entertainment account which is for your personal investment, right? And sometimes you also need to recharge yourself. So that's why we need to entertain ourselves as well. So that is a
Yeah,
very useful thing for the young professional in order to understand how they can manage their personal finance, not only in this time but also after the pandemic, because this pandemic is not the last one, but actually that if we have the saving account in the future when we have another pandemic, we don't really need to worry about that because we already have the saving account which is used in the emergency cases.
yeah, true. So this is some number for all of you. So for me personally, I always keep something like 6 months of my fixed expense in the account.
Mm, I
Anything
see.
happen, still survive. You have to survive. You have, for me, an example, right? I have kids,
Mm,
I have son of things to care and to worry, to take
yeah.
care, parent as well. So if I lost my job, so if I don't have 6 months in my bank account, it'll be
Mm,
very serious, right? My kid will not
yeah,
be able to go to school, so it's pretty dangerous. So
sure. And as human, we don't really like the uncertain
yeah,
things, right?
absolutely, absolutely. Nobody knows.
Yeah. And during the pandemic, many people lost their job. The
Yeah, true.
company closed, and there is a statement that I heard over and over and over again that is cash is king. What should I understand from a personal finance perspective?
Yeah, wow, that's a really good question. And I
Yeah.
think to answer this is require a much deeper level
Mm,
of financial intelligence and
yeah.
also advanced personal finance management to explain.
Mm,
So, cash is kings as long as we have our confidence with
yeah.
cash. So, this is a really, really important lesson because
Mm,
people always have expense.
yeah.
Therefore, people love cash. It allow
Mm,
you cash allow you to have medicine, food, clothes, cell phone fees, home rentings, transportation, everything, right?
yeah.
And your spend your daily spend is funded by three sources. And let's
Mm,
talk about these three. So the first sources of our spend is
mm,
coming from income, which is
yeah.
I call the new money. So then the second, the next level would be the assets, is the old
Mm,
money. And the last sources are the liability, which is the borrow
mm,
money.
yeah.
If you are going to pay your expense,
Mm,
which is it's allow you to purchase things. But if the new money gone because people lose their
mm,
job, right? And then the king dies. So the next questions is now they need to ask how I can pay my expense, right? And now it's time
mm,
to look into the old money. The old money that means we are going to sell the thing that you bought yesterday. For example, you sell your share, you sell your car, thing like that,
mm,
or the thing that you bought years ago. And if we do not have job,
yeah.
which is mean no income, and you have
Mm,
nothing left in your assets in your hand, no car, no home, nothing else, you must
yeah.
borrow money, right? And
Mm,
here is what you are seeing. The king died during the
yeah.
heat of the COVID-19. 90% of people during the crisis, they do not have money. They do not
Mm,
have assets. They do not even have 2,000 cash in the bank account, but
mm,
a bunch of credit card liability. And when
yeah.
they lost their job, they must wait for the government support. And if
Sure.
you are in Vietnam, when
Mm,
you lost your job and waiting for the government subsidiary, you may not be able to survive the last day until the day the cash hit to your bank account. So
yeah.
what does it mean in terms of personal finance management of the cash
Mm,
king? The key takeaway here is that you need to find a new way to
mm,
protect your king, right? Not
yeah.
heavily rely on only one sources of income. So it's
Mm,
very dangerous. So this is my advice point of view here.
yeah. So based on your sharing, I understand that we always and always and always need to have like an emergency account that we can use in the worst case, like the
Sure,
COVID-19. Yeah, and this is really important, and that
absolutely.
I see. And another question from that point, I just want to ask a follow-up question is that how could we prepare for a pandemic like this when there's a chance that we may lose our jobs in the future?
Yeah. So I think I'm kind of person like really really have a type of person with a long term planning for life, and I
Yeah.
know most of you in this live stream and these discussions uh, are young, and I
Mm,
want to share with you a bigger picture in a longer term. Only
mm,
see what are the different the key difference between the rich and the poor person.
Yep.
So, uh, what I learned from the differences between the rich and the poor person is that the middle class and the poor person, they only grow their liability,
Yep.
but they always think that they are building the assets, and that is a very dangerous misunderstanding that can
Mm.
lead to a severe financial situation that we just mentioned during earlier.
Mm.
And Miss Lan, could you please help me to put up the screen on the cash flow between? So I would love to start for the cash flow projection and flow for the newly graduated
Yep.
person and person first, and then I move to plan how the cash flow for a middle class person, and
Mm.
then
Mm.
the last one, I will compare. I will let all of you know and see how the rich person they reach their financial freedom. So yeah.
It's already on the screen, Miss.
Okay. Here. Okay. Here you go. So as as I mentioned very early that each and every you is the owner of a very important enterprise, which is your life, right? And
Yep.
let's imagine that in an enterprise, everybody has a P&L, which is a profit and loss statement that I put up
Yep.
here. And another part of an enterprise is a balance sheet, which is showing what is your assets,
Mm.
what are your assets you have. For example, the share, the cash in the bank, how much you have, how many property you have, how many company you have. So it will be belong to your assets. And on the right side, you can have the liability, like on the debt, the mortgage to the bank, things like that. And let me
Yep.
go down from the top to the bottom. Let's talk about the P&L for yourself first. As a newly graduated student, right?
Mm.
When you graduate immediately, most of 99% of us will jump immediately into a labor market and
Yep.
to earn money, to have a job and earn income from your daily job, right? And
Yep.
then before you spend any money for your life, like housing, like rent, like meal, like clothes, you have to pay the government first, which is taxes,
Mm.
before it come down to your personal spend. And normally when you graduated, your salary is that much, and you don't have any asset. You have to go out renting house and paying electricity and build a network, have entertainment. So that's why you don't have any assets at that moment, except
Mm.
you were born in a very rich family, right? And in
Mm.
terms of liability, you may have a very little amount for in your credit card, but it's not much. So that's why I didn't list out here. And
Mm.
for a while, after a few years in your professional, right, you become a manager, senior manager, or even a CEO, right? And then you move to the middle class income. But your main sources of income still coming from the salary, which is from the job,
Mm.
right? And then look at your expense, the one that you still have to pay tax, you still have to pay electricity, water, clothes, transportation. But the thing different here that I highlighted here is the liability.
Yep.
So when you have an example that I mentioned very early, you earn 100,000 USD, and then you end up with buying a car, very expensive car, using your
Mm.
credit card, go shopping for very expensive clothes because it's for to suit for your level, to suit for your position, right? And
Mm.
then you end up everything like liability. Because if one day, even you are in a senior management position, and when
Mm.
COVID-19 enter into your life, and you lost your job, right? You lose your job, right? And then all of the thing like a house, a car, it's not generate money for you, and
Mm.
it eating up. You did that, it eating up all of your cash, all of the money. And at the end of the day, you have to go to the government to seek for their support, to seek for your subsidiary. Now, the bottom, for the rich person. So let's look at the income. Look at the incomes area. You can see that their income not only rely on something like you have to trade your hour per day for salary. They have most of their income coming from the passive income. Passive income, which is mean that you don't need to work, but you still have income, right? Instead of buying Michael Kors bag, they buy share of the Michael Kors company. And every year, Michael Kors company will give them dividend, right? 4 times per year. So instead of owning a bag, spending all of things in a bag, you owe the company name Michael Kors, right? So, or instead of spend your ton of money for Coca-Cola, drinking Coca-Cola every day, now you bought the share of Coca-Cola, and you every year they gave you 4 times of dividend. Don't need to do anything. Or you have interest from deposit, or you have rental income from your property, like that. And they still have money to cover all things like housing, like clothes, then transportation. And even the COVID-19 happened 10 times, they still survive. They still have a financial freedom. And the list asset they have right now is share, properties with positive cash flows, with business, patents, and rights. So I hope that those tables can show you what really the key difference between the assets and the difference here is that that generate cash for you and liability that eating all of your money. So this is the differences where middle class income person buy expensive car, expensive house, and eating in fancy restaurants just to show up for nothing. But the rich person is living a much simple life, not because they do not know how to spend money, but the rich person they are the one who control money, not the way around. They decide where it's going, what it's going to, and who it's going to. Very important. So I think let's go back to the story of the cash king, because this is the most important piece of information that I highly recommend you to pay a good attention to. So let's examine how rich person become richer and richer, and poor person just become poorer and poorer. Yeah, so I think that all thing that I would learn for you to pay attention. Keep in mind to watching your cash flow, where it's go, and always invest for your future. The uncertainty is everywhere, and it can happen every time. So
Yeah, I can see that. And thank you so much, Ms. Yun, because based on that table, I can imagine which part is the statement for the graduate person, and also which table is for the middle class, and also which is the table, the financial table for the rich person. And then we can imagine in our mind in order to achieve the goal of the financial statement of a rich person. And I can see that the rich person, they don't really have much liability, but rather than they invest a lot in the assets, right?
yeah, I think maybe because they also very busy as well, so they don't have much of time thinking about
Spending.
spending money. So that's it.
Yeah.
They don't have time to think about spending money.
Yeah, sure. That's why they're
But
so rich.
yeah, shopping is also enjoying.
Yeah. And I
Not
can
really,
see
but
that.
I think that they enjoy the spirits, the journey
Mhm.
of generating money, and most of them rich person they very generous. I believe
Yeah.
they generous in a way that the more money they have, the more
Mm,
money they give back to support the other. So rich
yeah.
person they not crazy about money,
Mm, yeah. And I can see that
but
they are very ordinary.
they happy with their journey. They're happy with all of the things. Those are the things that yeah, and they're for do those kind of things. So yeah.
Awesome, Miss. To follow the previous part that you just mentioned, as we have seen why and now, and how can we start from the scratch and build our financial like finance strongly, and also how we can invest in the assets in order to have the financial statement as a rich person.
Well, at some point that I'm, I'm really happy that some of
Mm,
you are facing the tough situation at very early point of your life
yeah,
that I
sure.
believe somehow trigger your concern and make you
Mm,
change your spending habit and well prepare for something maybe even worse in the future.
yeah.
So when you look at the cash flow of the rich person, you can see clearly how they build the different income sources and
Mm,
not heavily and rely on any one approval for their living, but to keep
yeah.
building their empire for their emergency cash flow business, property, share, dividends. You may think that this may not be appropriate time to talk
Mm,
about investment during the pandemic when some of
yeah.
you might be in very difficult time financially.
Mm,
But there is a very good news for all of you that
mm,
successful investment may not start having lots of money.
mm,
For me
yeah.
personally, my lesson is that the time I make the biggest mistake in
Mm,
investments were when I had lots of cash in my hand, but little
oh,
knowledge on the field that I'm investing. So
mm,
what does this mean to all of you? So
mm,
this means that a successful investment starting in another way around. You
mhm,
invest to gain your knowledge first on your investment on the field that you want to invest before
yeah.
getting down money into the investment.
Mm,
And here, where I started, right? Countryside girl, zero money,
mm,
no thing, no, not born in a very big family, and I
mm,
start from the scratch too.
yeah.
So all of us, many of us are the same, right?
Yeah.
And every time, all of us will have three kind of assets,
Mm,
including first time, second knowledge, and the
mm,
last one is the money. So
yeah.
many of us may hear this course. This course, Bill Gates said that how you use your free time from 8 to 10 p.m. after
Mm,
your working time will define who you are in the future.
sure.
And it's fine that you work for a company,
Mm,
then make sure you use your spare time. But
mm,
important part, after your office working hour, to
mm,
gain a different knowledge for your future investment.
yeah.
And in my course, I can teach you how to make a big investment with zero money as well. So then with the right spending habit, over time you can generate a different opportunity for your life with more options to choose and to live a happy life that you love, right? By doing what you love, right? So that is
Yeah.
my advice for all of you. And I believe that you can do too. I can do
Yeah.
that, and then I believe you can do too.
Yeah. I believe that you've been to such a very big hardship during your work life in order to achieve the financial freedom as the way you have right now. And I can feel that you gain so many experiences in finance. So that's why that also lead to the final question that I would like to address today is What are three special things that you would like to share with the corporate professionals and also university students about financial management in order to prepare for the next pandemic or even to live a fulfilled life, like just what you just said?
Mm, okay. I think the lives will not be always like easy all the time, right?
Sure.
And my philosophy in life is that I think there are three things that I always focus
Mm,
and I always make sure that I do it each and every day.
mm,
First, always invest in yourself.
I see.
This is the best investment you will ever make. It will not only improve your life, but it will
Mm,
improve the life of the others as well.
mm,
Your kids, your parents, your neighbors. Yeah. So I think that is one of the thing that making sure that you make it happen each and every day.
mm,
So you cannot expect that, okay, I go to the gym and every day when I look back into the mirrors, I can
yeah.
see, oh, my back is bigger and things like that. It
Mm,
will accumulate day by day. Just
yeah.
making sure that you make it happen. Small
Mm,
step, it's an every day. It will make the difference.
mm,
And that's my first one. Second one, I think that we talk a lot about money, right? We talk a
yeah.
lot about wealth and
Mm,
financial freedom. It's all about number. But
mm,
to me, what I learned as as of today is the created assets are the people who care
mm,
about you. So make sure that you surround yourself by the one who support you,
mm,
not the one who are always against or
I
oppose
see.
you to your success. You
Mm,
have a happy life surrounding you with the person that's smarter than you, bigger
mm,
than you, better than you, and make sure that they care about you. If
I
they
see.
smarter than you, but they always
Mm,
against or oppose or destroy to your success, it's not my choice. I will never.
yes.
I think very clear. We have why, right? We have our decision option.
Yeah.
We have our power
Mm,
to make that decision. But make
mm,
sure you have value as well. So when you have value, people will come to you, right? And then I
yeah.
think my last one could be that if you want to be rich or get to rich,
Mm,
go and bring the value to the society.
yeah.
The more value you give to the others, the more money you will earn. That's what I
Mm,
believe. So hopefully,
I
so
see.
I yeah, that's all for that I can give to you.
It means that there are three things are investing yourself, always invest in yourself in terms of time, effort, and also education, right? And the second
Yes.
thing is surrounding yourself with those people who care about you. It's just like me as well. I'm caring about you so much, and also you care about me, so that's why that we are together. And
Yeah.
also the last one is make sure that if you want to get rich, we need to contribute our values to the society
Yes.
because that's the way to sustain our values and provide values to
Yes.
the other people.
Yes. Go giver.
Mm, I see, got you. I believe that with this section, it can contribute so much values in terms of finance to the corporate professionals and also university students, Miss Yoon, because since I studied at two universities already, but actually that I didn't have a chance in order to understand about personal finance management. And luckily because my background is finance, so that's why that I can understand a little bit about how I can manage my personal finance. But imagine that if those learners, their background are not from finance, would be a very big struggle for them in order to manage their finance, and they tend to spend more. But actually, after this section, we realized that one of the key things in order to overcome the uncertainty in life, that is to at least have a saving account, so you don't need to worry about the uncertain thing that may happen in the future, right?
Yeah. So I think when we talk about financial intelligence,
Yeah.
everybody think like, wow, it's very tough, it's very difficult, but it's a very, very basic thing that you just wash out the in
Mm.
and out your money, your hard-working money, right? And
Yeah.
everybody have just a certain limited of time. You cannot work until
Sure.
you're 100 years old, which just means that, right? You have to
Yeah.
stop in one day. So you have limited time. And if you trade
Yeah.
in your time you have to earn the money, how long? How long you can earn the money? And for young people, don't have money is very easy. You can go with noodle whole month if you don't have money, right? But when you reach to the level like me, 40 years old something, I have to compete with young people. They easy compromise their
Yeah.
income to get the job, and you can be easily kicked out from your position, right?
Mm.
And so that's why I keep saying, invest into yourself,
Mm.
invest into yourself, and day by day, time by time, over year, it
Mm.
and you can have a very happy life at the end.
Mm.
I hope that something I what I share is something that inspire all of you,
Yeah.
and have this can be something like game changer for your
Mm.
future in terms of finance, personal
Yeah.
finance. So
I see. I see that we have one final question about one scenario. Because after listening to your sharing, we understand that we
okay,
need to have a saving account in order to face with the uncertainty. And the point is that there will be
okay,
there will be the time that your saving account is accumulated, and then you have more money in that saving account. What is the basic step
yeah,
that we need to do in order to start our investment?
wow. I think that
Mm.
it's really a good question. When you have money, right,
Yeah.
and when you don't have money, very hard to make mistake because you don't have money to make mistake. When you have a loss of money and you see around, say, hey, this one, wow, many people make a lot of money. You throw up your money into that Bitcoin and thing like that, or stock thing like that, and you lost 90% of your money.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. So my advice is that never start any investment until
Mm.
you clearly understand
Mm.
what is that,
I see.
how to make money in that field.
Mm.
What is the value that you want to get
Yeah.
from your investment? When you have money, very risky, very easy to be stupid.
Yeah.
Me too. I make mistake last year. I
Mm.
lost certain amount of money.
Oh, it seems that we have some technical challenge right now. Miss Yongwei, we couldn't hear you well. Are you there? Hello? Okay. Miss Young, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here,
I think that we
but
have.
I cannot see you.
Really, you cannot see
I
me?
cannot see you.
There's something wrong with the internet.
Yeah, I cannot see you.
You cannot see me?
Okay, okay. Now I can see you. Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, I think that we already lost
Don't do that.
your point, the previous point about the question. Can you please just summarize it a bit? Yeah.
Okay. My answer to your question is that when you have when you don't have money,
Mm,
you have nothing to lose, right?
yep.
But when you have a lot of money, it's very easy to make mistakes.
Yep.
There is 1,000 ways to make mistakes when you have money in your hand.
Sure.
So even me, right? I have money last year, and I do a
Mm.
crazy thing. I lost all my money, and this
Really?
is my advice for you. Before you make any investment, yeah,
Mm.
I make mistake too. I make mistake too, but that's how I learn from investment. The good
Yeah.
thing is that I always divide into different kind of basket
Mm.
for my investment. For example, 15%, 1 5 is for a risky investment.
Yeah.
With risky investment, I agree, I can lose all.
Mm.
Safety investment, I invest 80% of my money in a safe investment. And then that's
Mm.
how I secure for all my money. I make it partly. And
Mm.
then something like 5% for crazy things, things like that. So you doing the investment, you have
Mm.
to take risk.
Yep.
And what is your appetite in terms of risk? So
Mm.
property today is something that safe for me because I have lots of experience, knowledge,
Mm.
and commercial experience. And
Yep.
then I have a strong team in operation as well. So it's
Mm.
a safe investment for me.
Yep.
And most of my income is coming from property investment. And
Mm.
then I lost my money in crazy thing last year. I accept
Mm.
it. Even it's so hard. But so my advice is that never put down your money in any investment until you have your knowledge about that field. So never do that because it's
Yeah.
very
Very
easy
wise
to.
advice.
So when you go out and you hear something, hey, this is
Mm.
very good. You should invest your money in here. But
Mm.
you have to be very wildly thinking why they say that.
Mm.
Are
Yep.
they a broker
Mm.
and they make money from my investment? And then if
Yep.
you follow that guy, so who will be the one who suffer the loss at the end of the day? Right? Yourself.
Yes.
So
Sure.
that's the point. Yeah,
Mm.
that is my
Mm.
advice for knowledge is very important. Knowledge
Mm.
is some kind of insurance for your
Mm.
investment.
Yep.
Spend your time, build your knowledge, and it will become insurance for your very
Yeah. Sure, Miss Yum. I yeah. I can understand that if before investing in any asset, we need to understand, have a very in-depth understanding about that asset before investing, right? And don't just invest in any asset or property just because someone said to you that this is a very profitable way to make money, and that
yeah,
we should go
sure,
ahead with that. But
sure,
actually, that it may fool ourselves that we just waste all of the money that we already saved.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Alibaba is an example, right?
yeah,
It's a lot of money. That's a lot
sure.
of money.
I believe
Crazy.
that we come to the time to finish our live stream tonight, and based on the last 1 hour talking to you, I learned so many things about finance that I haven't discovered before. And I believe that I
Me
also
too.
need to start
Happy to
having,
do that.
yeah, I need to have three accounts, at least three accounts right now. The first one is for my life, the second
Wow.
one is my entertainment, and the last one is for my saving in order to categorize it. And then I won't need to worry about the future of uncertainty anymore. And what is your final message that you would like to share with EIY public speaking learners and members tonight?
Sorry, I cannot hear the last question because I think the lines were not really good. Can you repeat
Yeah.
it again?
The last question is that what is your final message that you would like to share with our EIY public speaking learners?
Yeah, I think that with all of young people, yeah,
Mm,
I do believe that you have time, you will
yeah.
be able to do your knowledge as long as
Mm,
you have a right mindset and commitment. You will be financial freedom in the near future. So
yeah.
make sure that you invest your time in your financial management
Mm,
and making sure that you have somebody help you,
yeah.
guide you, and tell you um,
Mm,
the way to go in a safe way that's suitable to Vietnam environment, not US environments or things like that. And you can make a very different, very different. So I
mm,
always believe the success from the small habit, but make it
yeah.
happen each and every day, persistently. So the
Mm,
persistence is something that you need to making sure it's happen
mm,
every day.
yeah.
Every day, spend your time to build your knowledge,
Mm,
to build your network.
yep.
Go with a better person, surrounding you by person that who love you, who care about
Mm,
you, not
yep.
surrounding by somebody that hate. So I think you will have
Yeah, because
happy.
of,
Yes,
yeah, that's
that's
the
the
law of
message.
influence. Yeah, that's very useful, Miss Young. Hello, everyone. This is Miss Young. She's the head of operations of Starbucks Vietnam. And if you have any further questions that you would like to ask her, just message EIY public speaking page, and then we will make sure that we will transfer your question to Miss Young. And our next speaker next week gonna be Katani, the world champion of public speaking in 2015. He's going to talk about how to add humor in the workplace. And Miss Yum, thank you so much for being to the show of EIY Public Speaking tonight. And we learned so many things from you. We feel grateful for that. And
Thank
we
you.
hope to welcome you to the show of EIY Public Speaking in the future. Bye bye, Miss Yum.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bye. Bye
yes,
everyone. Have a great weekend.
yeah. Some people said to you that they feel thankful for that.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Yeah,
happy to hear that.
they
Okay.
commented.
Take care. Take
Yeah,
care, everyone.
bye.
Bye.